So all the people that were just on Sex Talk with my mom, and now you're over here on KarenLee Poda, I really appreciate it. And I brought Gus on to say hello as well. Hi to everybody on YouTube. Let's see if I can find you guys. I have a bunch of fun questions that I just did on Instagram. Hi, MILF with no kids. I like that, MILF with no kids. That's a great name. Hello, Stevie. Okay, so today I was going to do some really fun questions that I just did on my Sex Talk with my mom. Hey there, Bryson, you just switched gears, didn't you? I'm glad that you're following me all over the place here. This is awesome. So, how's everybody doing? Hi, Lark. You love my videos? Thank you. If you guys love my videos, I would love to get some support from you. Go to Patreon, and I'll put it here. And just type in here, or super chat me here. Hi, Mr. Cube. I want to hear about your life. Let's see. Patreon is right here. If you go to Patreon and you support me for as little as, I think it's $5 a month, you'll be I'd be very appreciative of that. So if you're seeing this later on and you want to join me on Patreon, I really appreciate that. You get a lot of good free advice, so I would like to know that it's being appreciated. You love my videos. Thank you for all the people on Instagram like Lee and Mr. Pirate Brain and David and Mr. Cube and Lark and everybody else. So we were talking a few minutes ago about 14 questions, and I would love to hear, thank you, Mr. Pirate Brain. I would love to hear what you guys think about these questions, and I hope I can do it without, I'm going to just read a question out, and then we'll discuss it, and I'll go back and forth because I can't read and do this, but we had some funny back and forths, and I'm going to start off, it's would you rather. So question for you guys, would you rather have sex only in the missionary position or only in the doggy style? You have to make a choice. So what would you rather do? Does anybody want to weigh in on what they'd rather do? Only in the missionary position, or only, and I'm holding a dog and say, well, I say this, in the dog, only in the doggy style position. Do you guys have any preference? If you had someone held a gun to your head and said, for the rest of your life, you can only do one position and it can only be doggy style or it could only be missionary, what would you choose? I'm very curious to hear what everybody has to say about this question. David says doggy. Stevie on Instagram says missionary. Let's see. I got Almer Talik says missionary. Hi, Zayed. If that's the choice, missionary. And let's see, what else? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know how these phone calls keep coming through. Let's see. Joseph says missionary. I'm with missionary too. I'm not a big fan of just only, easier on the back and you can spank her ass, says Paulson. Let's see. Geek Prime and Guy. We got a lot of doggy styles coming in here. Geek Prime X and Guy on Girl. And thank you, Zayed. It's just Alex. Okay. If I call you by your name here, your screen name or your YouTube name, it's because I can't remember everyone's pseudonames. I'm lucky if I can remember my name. So American Beauties said missionary is fun. As a woman, I think women would prefer missionary, just because they like to look the person in the eye, and also because if you're going in on a weird angle like that, it's not that comfortable. But let's see, everybody, Alex likes missionary. You like to look in the eyes. Missionaries, I like to look at the face. Yeah, that's interesting. I think that's a big part of it is, if you want to look at the person in the eye, you really can't do that if you're coming up behind them. All right, next question. Here, let's see. Would you rather have amazing sex that lasts 47 seconds or average sex that lasts 10 minutes? 47 seconds or 10 minutes? Weigh in. Let's see. We're still getting answers about the doggy style. And Mr. Pirate Brain says it has to do with a woman with a flatter ass. But monster ass, it's hard to get to the good stuff. Okay. And Zayed asked if I like sex. All right. All right, back to the question. 10 minutes of average sex or 47 seconds of amazing sex? Piank Lady says amazing. Paul says 10 minutes. Steve says a lot can happen in 10 minutes. But remember, the longer the better. The question is amazing sex in 47 seconds or average sex in 10 minutes. See what I'm saying? The average is the key word versus amazing. Would you rather have average sex for 10 full minutes or amazing sex for 47 seconds? Bryson's going with the 47 seconds. As Stevie says, 47 seconds versus pretty much his whole day. I know you're asking why not amazing sex for 20 minutes, but that's not the question. They're asking you to choose. Take a. You want to get down? We want to take a snooze on my lap is what he wants to do. Let's see. 47 seconds. Sorry for the crudeness, but it was a stream of consciousness. Joseph says 10 minutes. So that's interesting. That I guess it's just a lot of people are going with amazing, and sex is sex either way, so they're going with the 10-minuter. Hi, Kathy. It's KarenLee, not Kathy. Rather give the woman amazing sex if it means an average sex for me than 10 minutes. Okay. Back to the questions. All right. So here's another one. Would you rather, let's see, only be allowed to masturbate to porn parodies such as Star Wars or Pokemon, or the only porn you're allowed to watch is Vine, meaning it lasts only 6 seconds. So the question is porn parodies like Star Wars or 6 seconds of like real porn, but it's on, only 6 seconds. Let's see. Truth or dare? What? Okay. Bryson's going with the Vine. And we're still on amazing's better than okay. And Paul's going with parodies. And let's see. Anybody want to weigh in on that question? Parodies or quickly 7-second parodies? An amazing parody of Avatar? No, we're not doing, you can't just pick for the parodies. It's got to be Pokemon or Star Wars. That's it. Pink Lady likes porn parodies. Parodies are weird. Thank you for saying I look good. Vine, while looping the best parts. You can't loop. You guys are all trying to find loopholes. You can't do that. No loopholes. I'm going with this. Here's my theory. I take the real fast, the Vine ones, because then you can keep the image in your mind and go into your own imagination rather than have this stupid ass parodies that are really dumb and you make you want to laugh and get you out of the mood. So here's another part from Stevie Chaz that says parodies are kind of weird, but as long as the scenes are hot, like Star Wars. All right, so if the scenes are hot, he's okay with the parodies. Let's see. You're a little bit sad. I want to ask you something, but please, I can't do it here. Please tell me what to do. Okay, so go to my Patreon, Ali Duhia. I'm going to type it out right here. It's Patreon, and you go to KarenLee Potter, my name. Go there and sign up, and I'd be happy to talk you through whatever you're going through, because I feel for you, and I think I can help you. But I can't do it right now, obviously, but go to Patreon. And anybody else, this is a 20-second commercial break. If you want to help me out, I'd really appreciate it by going to Patreon. That's where I get my money, basically, and it's also a way that you can support me and all the work that I do here on Instagram and YouTube and my podcast and everything else. All right, back to our questions. If you choose a parody of porn, you can laugh hard. I know, and that's the problem. And Joseph says only Princess Leia. Geek Prime says Star Wars and Pokemon. Yeah, only Star. And you have porn good? Oh my God, some of these people do not know that I'm not talking about doing porn myself. Okay. Would you rather Here's another one. Would you rather be a sex slave for a month or wear a chastity device for a month? And after thinking about that, I'm going with the chastity device. What would you guys think? Sex slave for a month or chastity device? What do you guys think? We're still talking about Elsa and Spider-Man? No. uh, let's see. Do we have any answers about the chastity belt for a month or the sex slave for a month? Who's Panda Dave? She's a slave. Who's a slave? This is just all hypothetical. David, you'd rather be the sex slave for a month? Yeah, I mean, if you're a guy and you're thinking that the girl's going to be the person with the belt or whatever, causing you to do things, see, Pink Lady, she's saying chastity belt. And that's why I think that women would rather be the chastity belt than the sex slave, but who knows? Paul says sex slave women have needs. Do I speak Arabic, Zayed? No, I do not, unfortunately. I've been wearing a chastity belt for 26 years, Chad. Bryson said that on the last Instagram. If it's a sex slave for a woman, it's sex slave. Oh, okay. So I guess you guys are all going to pick the sex slave part. And Lark, it's not. It is. It's funny, but it's not. Greek female body says slave. Oh, okay. So then, and Rodrigo says tits. I don't know what could possess people to out of the clear blue say rando shit like that, but okay. Now let's see. The next question is, and I hope you guys are enjoying this because I think it's really fun. Let's see. Would you rather not be able to see during sex or not be able to touch during sex? So that's an interesting question. Would you rather not be able to see or not be able to touch? In other words, would you rather have blindfolds or handcuffs? And I'm going with the blindfolds. I'd rather wear the blindfolds. What would you guys? Bryson's with the blindfolds, seeing. Mr. Pirate Brain's the seeing. It looks like everybody's seeing. G-Force, Pinkley, everybody says not being able to see. Nobody wants to not be able to touch. Yeah. Lee goes for the handcuffs. We have a dissenter in the room. From a woman's standpoint, not being able to see, says Stephen. MILF with no kids said blindfolds. Greek female body said no touching. No touching. Alex says no, not being able to see because he loves to touch. Stevie says seeing. Okay, I guess we kind of like 90-10 there on blindfolds versus handcuffs. All right, here's another one. Would you rather give up sex for a year or give up masturbating for a year? Weigh in. Would you give up sex for a year or masturbating? I'm going to give up masturbating, I think. What do you guys think? Sex? Would you rather give up sex for a year or would you rather give up masturbating for a year? And David's still talking about touching during sex. It's not sex if you can't touch, says Mr. Pirate Brain. And Alex says, I love to touch. Okay. Do you love foot jobs? That is very random, Banu. Paul said he'd give up sex for a year rather than masturbating. David would rather give up masturbation for a year. Pink Lady says she'll give up masturbation. Greek female body says she'll give up sex for a year. Shmulek is just making little faces and smiley winkies. I don't know what that means. And we're still on the Geek Prime says not being able to see. And Bryson's going with the chastity belt. What? Hold on a second here. If I'm not having sex, I'd give up masturbating. Let's see. I'm for seeing and being able to touch. Okay, you guys maybe there's a little lag somewhere here. We're on to the next question already. The next question was, would you rather give up masturbating for a year or sex for a year? If I'd get to have daily sex for a year, then I'd give up masturbation. No, there's no if. You can't you got to pick one or the other, and there's no little asterisks. A lot of you guys are little lawyers here trying to find loopholes. Human touch cannot be replaced with self-love. Oh, okay, so you're going to give up the masturbation, right? MILF with no kids? No strings can do anything you want. Gary Griggs. Okay, we're just having a game right now, Gary. The game is you got to choose one or the other. So if you had to give up one thing, would you give up sex for the year or masturbating for a year? You got to pick one, and there's no loopholes. By the way, if you like these games and you're watching it later, make sure to give a thumbs up. If you're watching it now, make sure to give a thumbs up. Make sure to go to Instagram if you're on YouTube, and go to YouTube if you're on Instagram, and check out Sex Talk with My Mom, my podcast, and give it a rating. I would really appreciate it. Gary, you're acting out fantasies of what? Sex feels much better than a hand, said Speed Star. Would you be able to pick an Asian or American? Who is asking for loopholes here, Rohan? Asian or American, there's nothing to do with it. Would you? It says sex feels much better than just a hand. So you're choosing, Speedstar is choosing to give up masturbation. You thumbs up the video on YouTube. Okay, thank you. Don't forget, as David said, to give a thumbs up to this video on YouTube, and give hearts and all the rest of the stuff on Instagram. Sex, because I'm not having it anyway. You're going to get, nice guy said, finished last, says he's going to give up sex because he'd rather continue to masturbate since he's not having it. Thank you. And the earrings, MILF with no kids. Let's see. And there's a lot of thumbs up here. All right. If asking us to give up eating, you have to be specific. Mr. Piper saying if you're asking to give up eating, you have to be more specific. Okay. That's it. I'm just going to give it a flat out yes or no. This is a BuzzFeed question here. 14 of the hardest would you rather questions. And no judgment, just oil and toys. Okay. I gave up hearts on Instagram as well. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Mr. Pirate Brain says if you're asking to give up, okay. Tim James, I'd give up masturbation. I need to a set of breasts to play with when I release. Okay. You're breastfeeding the dog. No, I'm not breastfeeding the dog. The dog is here. Say hi. This is Gus Gus. Say hi, Gus Gus. Gus Gus is like, what are you doing? I was having a nice snooze when someone suggested that I was breastfeeding him. Okay. Now, the next one, I prefer doggy style so I can look them in the brown eye. Oh, my God. Eric is coming in with a late question about missionary versus doggy style. All right, here's the next question. You can continue to answer all these other ones. Do women love giving oral as much as receiving it? Oh, Matthew, that's not one of the questions. We'll answer that another time. But I can skip down and tell you that was, I think there was a question about oral versus hand jobs, but I can't seem to find it now. Would you rather only have threesomes or never have sex? That's like a stupid question. Who the freak is going to pick that? Let's see. Or I should ask it. All right. Would you rather only have threesomes or never have sex? So I guess it's for people who don't like threesomes. What do you guys think? Would you rather eat whipped cream off a dick or wasabi? Somebody, that was funny. You're not naughty gilf and you bring a smile. Thank you. Hi, Emily Louise. Let's see. Okay. Bowman said, never have sex. You'd rather never have sex. Threesomes are good. With a man or a woman, Joseph, I have no idea. It just says threesomes. So you have to make that decision and go with it. Tim says threesomes. Mr. Pirate saying if it's two women, threesome. There were no ifs, you guys. You have to make a choice. She gets to choose male or female, Paul said. Stevie said, really? I'm going to go with it doesn't really matter. Okay? I'm going with it does not really matter. You have to make a choice. And I'm choosing threesomes. Unless it's a man. No, see, a lot of you guys are coming up with these little, unless it's this, unless it's that. I'm a big fan of your and waiting for a porn movie, so tell me when your next porn. RB, I'm not a porn star. I never want to be, never will be. Thank you for that. You are so beautiful, Mohammed. It's okay and it doesn't matter. Hello, hello. Threesomes all day, says Stevie Chaz. And Luis says hi. Okay, bonker, bonker. I love female legs so much. Bonker, that was a bonkery statement here. Lark, you hate threesomes, so you're going to go with never having sex? Unless, let's see. Geek Prime is going with threesomes. Can you do porn, says RL Sonic. No! Stop with the porn. No, no, no. Let's see. I'm trying to find a question, which was, would you rather have only be allowed to do foreplay with your hands or allowed to do foreplay with your mouth? That is the question. Eric asked to marry me. Not today. Selvy, Dad. So I had sex with a girl last night. She's just a booty call and she's not that hot, but why not? Okay, Selvy. You go. Oh, okay. Selvy, we're going to have to talk about this later. I'm in the middle of a questionnaire about I'm going to repeat the foreplay question. Well, as wide as your mouth can open, you could be a porn. Oh, no. All right, let's see. You're going with oral. So in other words, would you rather only do oral or only do hands? Okay, foreplay with your mouth or hands? Weigh in on one or the other. Good looking Karen, I love your podcast on iTunes. Would you do me a favor, Hersey? Thank you so much for sharing that. Would you go to Sex Talk with My Mom and rate it? You go to the store and then there's like tabs and you can hit the review button and hit a 5-star review. I will make a big deal and gush over you and jump up and down and say what a wonderful person you are if you do that. Just let me know by emailing me at Karen@KarenLeePotter.com. So Tim is going with 100% oral, and Joseph said mouth includes dirty talk. Good point. Mr. Pirate Brain was going oral, and Hertz said he will. Thank you, or she said. Thank you for the 5 stars, Paul. JJ Smooth, thank you. Lee says mouth. MILF with no kids says oral. It's amazing to lay back and feel amazing. Agreed. With MILF with no kids, a woman after my own heart. Matthew said mouth. Bowman says mouth. And Grush, love you too. Salud from Peru. Stevie says mouth. So I don't see anybody that says fingers only. So I guess that's the end of that discussion. And it's also getting to the hello again, Joseph. Okay, so I think that we've finished the questionnaires. Did you guys like it? If you liked it, make sure to give the thumbs up later on. If you guys want to check out my Patreon page, I could appreciate the help on Patreon. And I'm real happy with everything that's going on there. Would you rather take a shower or a bath with someone? You guys, if you want to come up with your own would you rather, please put them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear them. If you're on Instagram, go to YouTube, subscribe there, turn on your notifications, and you'll know when I'm live there too. Make sure to let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought of this little game we played. I think it brings up a lot of interesting discussion points, and I like it. I think I'll do more of them. And I'd love to hear your questions if you have like an either or, like, you know, would you rather have sex only on the carpet or only in the shower? If you had to choose carpet or shower, which would you choose? Someone's licking me. Thank you, Mr. Pyro Brain. Real Chico Ortega said feet. Would you rather take feet? I don't know what the feet. Where do we, and mouth? Okay. It's so funny. This dog has decided to go with the oral answer. I take a cougar for one time rather than my age for a month. Oh, Joe, that's a good one. Joseph came up with, would you rather have a cougar for one time or someone your age for a month? Okay. Let's see. That's a great question, Joseph. I'm putting it in the description box below here, and Gus says mouth. Gus, say goodbye to everyone. Goodbye, everyone. I love you guys. Hope to see you tomorrow and the next day, but if you want to make sure not to miss me, make sure that you subscribe. And we're getting weighed in on the cougar versus the person your age. A lot of people are saying cougars. Oh, Mr. Pirate says my age for a month. And Alex says women my age are pumas. I'd love to take a puma for a month. Hi, Kay Smitty. How are you? We're just ending our live streams on both Instagram and YouTube. We'll miss your body now. Let's see. Mr. Pirate Brain is 56. Thank you. Okay. Bye, guys. Any questions, make sure that you put them in the comment section below. I love when people comment, so make sure you comment. If you're watching this later on, make sure to give likes. Hope you gave likes already. And like Bugs Bunny says, that's all, folks. That's all I got today. And hope you have a great day. Let me know what you're doing, okay?